Hi you guys, this is Muskan. Welcome back to my channel. So this is my Instagram and here are a few pictures that I post there, and the reason why I'm telling you this is because A, if you still haven't followed me there, please do, and B, you all keep asking me how I'm editing these pictures so aesthetically, and in today's video I'm gonna spill all the secrets. I'm gonna tell you exactly how I edit my Instagram pictures to make them look so aesthetic. So I edit all my pictures on my iPhone 14 Pro. Like 98% of the times I'm using my phone to edit my pictures. First kind of edit I'm gonna show you all will be using the inbuilt iPhone editing features itself. Okay, so this is the picture that I clicked in my room itself. So we're gonna go to edit, and then the first thing that I like doing is reducing the highlights a little. It honestly depends, but for now I'm just gonna keep it 30. Then the next thing I'm gonna do is increase the shadows a little, and then I love doing this one thing to my pictures, which is reducing the contrast. I do this all the time and I know right now it looks a little crazy, but trust the process. Now the next thing I'm gonna do is increase the blacks a little, and then I'm gonna reduce the saturation, I'm gonna reduce the vibrancy, I'm gonna increase the black point a little more. And can you see the difference? Like this kind of edit, I call it the soft girl edit. So this is usually the basic edit that I do to my indoor pictures. Okay, so I found a picture that I clicked outdoors. So this is the one. It's me with shopping bags, obviously classic Muskan. So I'm again gonna go to edit. The first thing that I'm obviously gonna do is reduce the highlights, and then I'm gonna increase the shadow. I'm gonna decrease the contrast a lot more this time because it's like an outdoor picture, and the brightness still is fine for me. I'm gonna increase the black point a little here. I'm gonna reduce the saturation, not a lot this time, because I like this kind of, fake golden hour sunlight kind of a effect. And lastly, I'm gonna decrease the warmth a little. I usually play around with warmth. I'm either decreasing it or increasing it, and then I'm gonna increase the tint and make it a little more flushed in pink like. I think we can increase the brightness a little, also increase the definition and sharpness a little, because I want to make sure that Instagram doesn't ruin the quality. So I'm always increasing the sharpness and definition. When you add these kind of filters, they add a mood, they add a vibe to your picture, and which I feel is very important. These are the two kind of edits I usually play around with, which I do using the inbuilt iPhone features. And now we are going to move on to an app that I use for my editing and for adding filters. This app is available for iOS and Android users both, so it's something anyone can use, anyone can download it. So the app is called VSCO. This is how it looks like. Now I have a premium version of this app, so there are a few filters that only premium members can use, but I feel like it's not that expensive. It's like 1700 or 1800 for a whole year, and you get access to so many, like almost all the filters, which I think is a great deal. Now I'm gonna tell you all how I edited this picture that I clicked in my friend's car. This is the one that I use the most. This is the one we are going to use for this picture as well. This Korean kind of a filter. So I'm always decreasing it to 5 or 6. It's not too much, it's not too little. So I'm always keeping the strength in the middle. I'm gonna go to exposure. I'm gonna decrease it a little. I'm obviously gonna sharpen it a little more. I told you all I always like to sharpen my images. Then I'm gonna go to saturation. I'm gonna increase the saturation a little. Then I'm gonna go to highlights. I'm gonna increase the highlights. Then I'm gonna reduce the temperature, make it a little on the cooler side. I think I'm gonna reduce the contrast here as well. Maybe I'll decrease the skin tone and make my skin a little more pink. You can also add grainy filter here. I don't want to add to this image, but yeah, this is my basic edit on this app almost all the time. You can also save your preset or save your recipe. So the minute you save it, you can literally copy paste this recipe on all your images, and you don't have to waste your time editing every single image. So you can go on these three dots and you can click on copy edit, and you can paste it on literally all your images. And like I said, it's very time saving, and I love this app for this particular feature as well. It's also there in iPhone inbuilt settings, so that's a great thing. And this was the original picture, and this is what I made it look like. And yeah, I will also put all the other filters that I like from this app on the screen so you all can take a screenshot. Another feature that I like a lot from this app is that you can actually play around with every particular color in your image. So let's say if I want to make the sky a little more blue, I can do that by using HSL. I can increase the saturation, you can see the difference, and I can also increase the lightness. I can make it dark, I can make it light. So let's say in the background I have these leaves and I want to make them a little more flushed and lush like. I can do that. I can increase the saturation. You can see they look so much more brighter and so much more vibrant now. I can also change the color of the leaves, so if I make it in negative hue, it's gonna look very fall like, and if I make it positive hue, it's gonna look very spring like. One more thing that I like about this app is that you can also add filters to your videos on this app, but I'm not gonna go in depth about videos on this particular video. But yeah, you can literally follow the same steps and edit your videos as well. Another kind of edit that's like super trendy right now is the film Polaroid kind of effect, and I personally love that kind of, you know, mood and filter and aesthetic. I feel like it's super, you know, vintage, and it looks super cute on your feed. I edit almost all my night images in that kind of edit, and the app that I use is Liit. It's a free app. Again, I don't know if it's available on Android or not. So you're gonna click on this button, and then let me add like a picture of mine. So you can actually add a lot of pictures together by clicking on this batch effect. So I'm gonna add multiple images from my Christmas carnival days. I recently visited one, so I clicked a lot of pictures. These pictures I clicked in my most favorite dress. It was this sparkly dress that I wore a couple days back. So I'm also adding that because I use like two different kind of filters on this app. So I'm gonna show that to you together. So this is normal flashlight photography that I did, and this is the picture that came out. Now I'm gonna go to recipe. So you can click on this fire sign, and there are like a lot of these free recipes that are already there inbuilt in this app. You just have to click on get, and it's gonna be there in your recipes section, and you have to do nothing. You just have to click on that recipe, and that's it. It has done the whole editing for your image on its own. So right now I have saved a few recipes. So the one that I like the most is halation. Literally I just clicked on that recipe and it did the job for me. This was the before image, this was the after image. An effect has been put to all the images, so you can see these are all in the halation recipe. But if you click on this link and click on unlink, now all these pictures are separate. You can add like different, you know, recipes or different effects to all these pictures and then save them all together. Let's say you think that the brightness is too much in this particular effect, so you can click on adjust and you can go to lightness and you can reduce it or increase it, whatever you want to do it. So what I'm telling you is that these recipes, you can also play around with them a little if you want to. It's not necessary that you stick to those particular settings. So let's see, you can increase or decrease the contrast, you can play around with the tones. Even the HSL effect is there in this one, and all the basic settings that you need, vibrance, saturation, temperature, fade, all of that is there. One setting that I also like in this app is that you go to effects and that you can add like different kind of blurs to your images. You can add the grainy filter, the dust, the glow, which I like a lot. You can make your picture super glowy by just going on glow, and you increase both the settings and you see like my picture has this kind of glowy blurry kind of effect, which I like a lot adding to my images. One more recipe that I like a lot is called PPM35. Here's how it looks like. It does not work a lot for all images. So let's say for this image it's not working, but I think it might work for this image. So yeah, I added the CPM35 for this image. Look at the before, look at the after. It looks so pretty. I can just save it and it's ready to be posted. So these are the two effects that I like a lot. This is the recipe that I actually made on my own, especially for these images, and I called it night blurry. But look at the before, look at the after. It looks so much better. I feel like the yellows in the image are more darker now, and this kind of blurry effect, this hazy effect, I like a lot. So I'm not gonna go in depth about the settings. I'll I'll just put it on the screen for you all, and you can just copy paste those settings in your app. And yeah, I will also share a few other recipes that I like a lot from this particular app on the screen. You don't even have to play around a lot with these recipes. You can just literally tap on it and it's done. You can obviously, increase or decrease a few settings according to your images, but I feel like this app is so convenient, and I like editing a lot of my images on this app in bulk. And you can honestly explore this app. I feel like I've myself not explored this app a lot, but yeah, this is how all your favorite influencers are editing their Polaroid effect, vintage effect kind of images. This is the app that they are using. It's super cute, super fun, super convenient, so make sure you're trying this app out. And yeah, that's actually it. That's exactly how I edit my pictures. I have not kept anything to myself. I have literally told you everything, all the filters I use, all the apps I use, and now I would love to see you all try this too for yourself, for your feed, for your images, and do tag me if you end up using any of these apps on my recommendation. I would love to see them. And you can also play around with these apps. It's not necessary that you just use the filters that I recommended. I would say go through these apps, explore them. You might find something that I still haven't found out, so make sure you tell that to me as well. And that's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this was helpful. If you still have any doubts, please ask them in the comment section. Thank you so much for watching my video, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye.